Billionaire vowing to vote Republican, tweeting, quote, "In the past, I voted Democrat because they were mostly the kindness party, but they have become the party of division and hate, so I can no longer support them and will vote Republican. Now, watch their dirty tricks campaign against me unfold." Billionaire basher Elizabeth Warren brushing it off as no big deal.
Elon Musk says he's switching parties. Do you feel like that could spell trouble for Democrats in the midterms if someone so prominent is leaving the Democratic Party?
I don't follow Elon Musk. So, you know, he does what he wants to do.
But I mean, he says he's voted Democrat his whole life. Now he's voting Republican. I mean,
I'll go find somebody else who says the opposite. I mean, who cares?
Jesse, I mean, she's been tweeting obsessively about Elon Musk and billionaires. Now he doesn't pay enough money. There was a back and forth between them, so she does pay attention to him.
It's like a girl obsessed with a guy, and all of a sudden he says something. Oh, I don't care what he says.
I don't care about you. Who is that?
Who cares?
No idea.
Musk is right. The Democrats were always nasty, but they got really nasty during the resistance. Really nasty. And we could tell how nasty they got. And he didn't change. He's always been kind of a common sense, independent guy. And he bought into the whole liberal thing. I'm nice. We care about people. And then it turns out they don't care about people. They care about power. And we saw it on social media, how vicious they can be. You saw what they did to Trump and all of his supporters. And now he's thinking to himself, hey, I didn't go anywhere. I stayed right here. Everybody else changed. The Democrats are nervous because the guy's so rich, he could become a donor. They don't care. Maybe he takes over Twitter. That's one thing, right? That's a threat because they rig elections on it and they put out their stupid little narratives and they cancel people on it. But if he starts donating to super PACs behind candidates and political action committees, what's he worth?
Yeah.
$250 billion? I mean, come on, they're done. They don't have deep pockets like that.
Yeah, so Dana, Elon saying Democrats are going to, launch these dirty tricks against him, but the Republicans welcomed him with open arms, right? GOP was like, welcome to the party.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz said, welcome to the party.
I've said before that it's very interesting to be living in the middle of a political realignment. So you can look back in history and look at political realignments and learn about them. I certainly did, especially learning more about Reagan Democrats. So the Democrats who had voted Democrat for so long, but then Ronald Reagan appealed to them and they switch over. And then I feel like there is a political realignment happening right now. You even see that with Hispanic voters in particular and blacks, not all, but like you start to see these green shoots for parties as things change. And one of the things in the Pennsylvania Senate race will be the battle over the working class. The other thing I would say about Elon Musk is he has exposed this total lie about that the left has put forward on, it's called ESG. What does it stand for? Environmental and social goals or something like that. So here's Tesla. This is the company that's no emissions that you would think that the Democrats and liberals and greenies would love.
Right.
But instead they cut him out of any sort of awards or any sort of ESG indexes, thank you. But they include Exxon. Now, I'm not against including Exxon in it, but he sees a point of the corruption, and that because he is not for the unionization of his employees, and also has been wanting to take over Twitter and maybe will vote Republican, he's increasingly seeing these problems for what they are.
So, Jessica, there's all of the business side that Dana just laid out, but it seems like the catalyst that we've seen play out over the last month with Elon Musk giving the offer to Twitter has been this issue of censorship and lack of free speech on a platform that he believes is now a public town square. And the left, has gone crazy on the idea that maybe he would buy the platform and allow for different points of view and less censorship.
I see a big division, which happens all the time, between what left-wing punditry is saying and what regular people are saying. And even Twitter executives have come out and said that it's something that they long wanted, actually, for the algorithm to be made public. He wasn't saying anything particularly revolutionary. He was using terms like public town square, and that maybe his understanding was different than what you would think of when you thought of the First Amendment. But it feels to me increasingly like he's trolling us. And I got used to this in the Trump era because he trolled me for 5 years very effectively. But this
Trump
idea, Jesse says, oh, the Democrats are the bullies. Donald Trump was the original bully.
It's one against a million. It was Trump versus the world.
He won the election.
I know.
It wasn't him against the world.
So it wasn't the Russians?
Yeah.
I've never said it was abortion.
That's a whole can over
I
there.
just want to say this quickly. The reason that I think it's such a troll is that when you look at policies that Elon Musk supports, like climate change is real, and that we need to do something not just about greenhouse gases, but fossil fuels, Republicans are bad for him. On abortion, Tesla is paying for women to go to other states to receive abortion care if they live in a state that will be negatively affected by we think the Alito opinion that's coming. In 13 states, it'll be outlawed. On guns, Elon Musk has been outspoken on that, completely out of step with where the Republican Party is. It is a troll. This is, I cannot.
Listen, no, it's not a troll, he's a businessman. Listen, Elon Musk got $465 million in 2010 from Barack Obama under the auspice of green energy. Of course he was a Democrat supporter. I would be too. He just happens to use some more conservative principles and actually being fiscally, I don't know, profit and loss on the up and up. He was able to pay that back 9 years early. And I think the rebate you're talking about went away after they sold 200,000 units, because then they were essentially a mainstream producer. Now, your research may be better than mine. I'm just some hillbilly from Georgia. But what I will tell you is I don't trust Elon Musk, but I don't need to. I'm not on Elon Musk's side as a human being. I'm on his side because he's advocating for something I believe in at the moment, which is free speech and this idea that Democrats think they can cancel Donald Trump's voice and get rid of his ideas. The only thing more popular than Donald Trump is his agenda. So with or without his Twitter profile, Elon Musk is adapting to it. Elon Musk is bringing the Donald Trump agenda to fruition. That's what people are doing because it's a winning agenda.
It lost.
Well,
the
one
election.
could say that Elon
Free
Musk
speech did lose the election. I agree. I would agree with that.
Donald Trump lost the election.
Free speech.